happy Friday, everyone. Coming to you with something a little different. We're going to do what we're calling a matchup spotlight. That's right. We're going to take a deep dive at one of our Week 8 matchups and look position by position and see who has the advantage. All right, this week our matchup spotlight is Discount Double Check versus the Smithereens. So we're going to go position by position here and see how things stack up. All right, first off, for Rennie, we've got Aaron Rodgers versus Tua. Okay, so with the quarterback matchup, here's what we're looking at. Aaron Rodgers sucks. I don't know if you know this or not, but he's playing terrible, and Tua is incredible. Advantage, Smithereens. Up next, we've got Henry versus Connor. Connor is the son of Sarah Connor from the Terminator franchise, and so I don't need to tell you anymore. He's going to terminate the opposition. Henry plays for the Tennessee Titans, and they're terrible, and we're not rooting for them because they're also in the AFC, and so I hope they don't score any points. Advantage, Smithereens. Jacobs versus Algier. I'm going to go on the record right now and say that Kevin has the pickup of the season with Algier, and that this is going to be a huge victory for him. Jacobs is overrated, and he's due for a huge letdown. Plus, he's going against the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints has got a top 5 defense all time in NFL history, so I see Jacobs getting 0 yards. Advantage, Smithereens. Let's look at the wide receivers. We've got Jeudy versus Jefferson. And I don't even have to make jokes, do I? I mean, we've got Russell Wilson, who obviously is not cooking, throwing to Jeudy. And we've got Jefferson coming off a bye week, top 5 wide receiver, advantage, Smithereens. Up next, we've got St. Brown versus Tyreek Hill. Okay? Again, top 5 wide receiver versus a Detroit Lion. I don't have to make jokes. Advantage, Smithereens. Last wide receiver, we've got Reynolds versus Campbell. And Campbell, if you've been paying attention, back-to-back weeks scoring touchdowns, and he gets an upgrade at quarterback. Matt Ryan's been holding him back, and so with a new person under the helm in Indy, look for Campbell to explode this week, while Rennie is trying a very unique method for fantasy football where he's starting 2 wide receivers from the same team. And in the podcast, if you listen, Dave and I talked about, if you had 2 Buffalo Bills or if you had 2 Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers, you might think about doing that. But starting 2 wide receivers from the Detroit Lions is not smart. And so Rennie's going to pay the price for it. Advantage, Smithereens. All right, at tight end, we've got Smith Jr. versus Higbee. I mean, Smith Jr. plays for the Arizona Cardinals, and they don't throw the ball to their tight ends. They don't throw their ball to anyone. It's just a lot of Murray scrambling around back there doing nothing. And we've got Higbee playing for the Super Bowl champions, Los Angeles Rams. Look for Higbee to score about 30 and for Smith to score 0. Advantage, Kevin. Defenses. Philadelphia versus Denver. And while Denver stinks at quarterback, they're really good at defense, so look for the Smithereens to take full advantage of starting Denver versus Jacksonville, while Philadelphia has to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. You ever heard of the Steel Curtain? You ever heard of their quarterback? I haven't, but it doesn't matter. He's going to drop 50 on Philly and look for them to lay an egg. Advantage, Kevin. Lastly, we've got our kickers. We've got Elliott versus Carlson. Carlson's probably, without the bye, he's probably the number 1 kicker in football. Jacobs is going to score no touchdowns, and they're going to be all field goals. So that's just my prediction. I don't know. I may be wrong, but I rarely am. So advantage, Kevin. So if you're keeping score at home, it looks like the score is probably going to be about 150 Smithereens to, maybe about 8. Discount double check. Look for a big day for the Smithereens. I think that they'll probably take this victory this week and just ride that on to a league championship and then a tournament championship, collecting all the money and watching Rennie and Adam and everybody else cry on their way to victory. That's just my perspective. Maybe you think differently. This has been a in-depth matchup spotlight. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more coming in the weeks to come.